I got my Ipsy box for the month of March not too long ago. I did already open it and look at all the pretty stuff because I wanted to, and I didn't want to wait until this video. So it's not my first time seeing everything, but it's my first time showing you. So first, I don't know what I want to show off first. I got a lot of good stuff in this one. You know what? I'm just going to show you my add-on that I got in addition to the regular package. I got a 3-pack of lip oil. It was like $12 to have it added on. The original prices of these are $45. Let me go ahead and let me double check because I got a piece of paper saying the prices. Yeah, the original prices of these are $45. Would I pay that normally even with it being a 3-pack? No. I've got a few reasons. Let me go ahead and say that I do like these and I've used them pretty decent bit since getting them, but let me see if I can show you. Look at how thin that is. Like, the size of the wand is pretty much the size of like where all the product is. Normally you have a little bit more room to like spin it around a lot and just mix up the product if that's what you want to do. And I kind of do want to do this with this product because, again, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like the pigment is gathering right here. And it's like that on both these two. Now that being said, again, I do like these. And again, I've used them a bunch since I got them. However, they're not $45 good. The other thing that I dislike about them is for a lip oil, it feels more like a lip gloss. And the difference, in my opinion, between an oil and a gloss is like, I think an oil is supposed to feel more hydrating, better for your lips, whereas a lip gloss is just kind of sticky, and these are more on the sticky side. But we've got a lip oil in the shade Indigo. They're not really scented, which is not really a takeaway for me, but I know some people are more sensitive to perfumes, so that's why I like to say whether or not something's scented. This one is in the shade Petunia, and this last one is in the shade Rose. I guess I could swatch these, but I mean, overall they're pretty clear with just a tad bit of tint. Alright, there they are. You can kind of see the pigment. I think this one's Indigo, Petunia, and Rose. Okay, and next is another lip product, but it's like a skincare product. It is from a lemon. I think that's how you say it, but it sounds like I'm just saying like a literal lemon. Anyways, it's a lip scrub, and oh my gosh. And this is going entirely off the smell because it smells like frosting, and I love that. I did use it yesterday, and it's pretty good. About as good as pretty much any grainy lip scrub, but I adore it for the smell. And I'll go over the prices at the end of this. Okay, up next we have 2 very soft brushes from Karma A Unique, which is quite the choice of a brand name, but who am I to judge? Anyways, these are pretty good brushes. I haven't used them yet, but man, they are so soft. They're like the softest brushes I've ever felt. Also, the handles feel very good quality. And I do have 2 blushes. The first one is from Fenty Beauty, and I just want to show off the packaging. It's just neat to me. I love packaging that's just like unique or pretty and just eye-catching. This is it open. I'll go ahead and swatch it. Now keep in mind, swatching a blush doesn't always do it justice. Because like, okay, on my end, it's more noticeable. But there it is there. Let me try and... Okay, so I swatched down bottom because I didn't want to mess up the label, but I'll just go ahead and mess it up, I guess. Okay, there we go. That was way better. But yeah, that's from Fenty Beauty in the shade sundress season, and we're almost there. Just a couple months away from that. Okay, this next blush is from Drunk Elephant. It is Ooh Blues Rosy Drops. You're supposed to shake it before you use it, and I'll just put a little bit on my arm as well. Okay, and it is that bottom one down here. I think it's pretty good. I feel like it's also probably one that might take a little bit of trial and error because it looks like it's easy to overdo, but pretty. And also in the packaging with that came a little sampler of moisturizer, which I thought that was a nice touch. From Laura Geller, we have Candy Cravings. It's a eyeshadow and cheek combo palette. So we've got a blush here, a highlight here, and then all the eyeshadows. This is honestly a pretty good, like, everyday palette. I haven't tested this, like I literally just pulled the film away from the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna swatch all these for us. I say all these. I'm gonna swatch the shiny ones and then some of the unusual colors. They feel kind of creamy. Okay, going in with White Chocolate. And you know me, I love a good shimmer. Up next is Butterscotch. Similar to the first one, but more of like a bronze than a silver. Just a little bit different. Okay, this one is not a shimmer, and it is the shade Bubblegum. Oh, come on. Show up, please. It showed up a little, but I want to double swatch it. So it's like a paler, like lavender purple. And here we have a shimmer in the shade Bonbon. So this is more of like an everyday color, but I wanted to show it off anyways. Okay, it's like a pale pink, so trying to show it off. But it's the shade Nougat. Hopefully that's showing it well. Next we have Peanut Brittle. And then we have Candy Bar. It's a very rich brown. And then last that I'm going to show for the eyeshadows is Jelly Bean. I think that's some pretty decent colors. Okay, so far pretty pleased with the palette. Okay, I am attempting to swatch the blush. It is the shade Taffy. Not bad. And then the highlight in the shade Gummy Bear. I don't know whether I want to do like a line or like circle. I'll do a circle. Ooh. I'm so fascinated by shiny. That's a pretty good highlighter. All right, time to go over the prices of everything. So the eyeshadow palette that I just used, its original price is $25. I'd pay $25 for this. Fully honest. I've spent more on eyeshadow palettes than that. This is a pretty good palette. Also, you get the, not lip stuff, the cheek stuff, the blush and the highlight. That's a pretty good price for this. All right, and for our lip scrub that smells like frosting, it is $18. Would I pay that? I might. I can see myself doing that. However, it would be on like the more splurge size for the product, for like the type of product it is. But I like it. I can see myself paying that, honestly. However, for the brushes, and these are the only two that came as the product, just these two, $60. No. No. These are very nice. These are really, really nice brushes. But you only get two of them for $60? Are you crazy? No. I will say these are probably the nicest brushes I own. Not because of price, but like these are literally the softest brushes I've had. I'll use these, obviously. But like, if something were to happen to them, I would not go and get more of these specific brushes. I'd look for soft brushes, but like, I'm not paying $60 for 2 brushes. All right, so for the Fenty Beauty blush, this is $28. Would I pay that normally? Probably not. However, if it were on sale, I might give it a try. I don't think I would have gone out of my way to get $30 blush. It's nice. It's good. Her products are great, but like, for one shade, I don't think $30 is for me. So similar story for the Drunk Elephant blush. This one is $39. Again, I realistically, unless it was on sale, probably wouldn't get this. That's just too much for blush for me. However, I do have it, and like, if I fall in love with it, maybe I would pay that much. Same for the Fenty blush. At $40 and $30 for blush is a little out there for me. Not saying I don't splurge on makeup every now and then, but like, blush isn't something that I'm like dying to have. And I did already go over the lip oil prices, but I'll show them off again. Here these are. And again, these are originally $45. Are they worth $45? No. Even with it being the 3-pack, the most I could really see myself paying, like, given like you get 3 and like the quality of them and the size of them and the amount of product you get in them, I think I'd pay at most like $25. Also, these are from Billion Dollar Brows. I don't know if I said that already. But that is it for my March Ipsy bag. Thank you for watching. Bye!